Hello. Yeah, so this is just a quick video showing off the game. Um, so let's go right into it. So this is sign a new save. You can choose, all the settings you want. And uh, yeah, so let's just continue with this. It's fine. Okay, so here we are. So we can see we actually have quite a lot of open land here. That's pretty nice. Um, So, just getting familiar, the top is sort of these navigation tabs. You can see the world in here, and at the bottom, you can see your resources and other things. And because the game is multiple floors, you can see that, yeah, there's mountains up here, and then it goes down, and you can see caves and other lovely things. Um, but, as this is the game, there are tasks to do, and contracts are sort of the driving force at the beginning when you're trying to figure things out. So we can see that there's a contract to build a basic containment center. So we can wait for our people to arrive. Yeah, these are our initial employees, which we can see our employees up here. You know, all of our lovely employees. I think their profiles haven't loaded in yet. They don't load in the beginning, which is actually a bug, but bugs are sort of expected. So yeah, so it says we're building a containment center. So let's build a basic containment cell. Um, so yeah, so containment cells uh, are pretty simple. Like the simplest containment cell is just a cube here. So we could just get one. You can get one built like this. But that isn't usually satisfactory enough for most anomalies. Um, yeah, yeah. Most anomalies need a lot more than just a square room. Their features or their behaviors are very varied and very unpredictable. Some anomalies can get away with a square room. I'll try to bring out the side that isn't. Yeah. So our builders should start to to bring those resources and build this room here. If I'm on max time warp, yeah, they do build. So we need some offices. Let me pause the game. The game does the FPS does get low on high time warp. Uh, that's an area of optimization. But we don't necessarily expect to make that time warp um, or to basically make time warp super fast because the whole point is just to get things to move along, but it doesn't need to be at like 100 FPS. Um, so I just build the offices here. Not sure. I was thinking like a hallway like this. Might be too complicated, but yeah, let me make it like this. Um, yeah, one interesting sort of factoid about the game. The art style changed completely. It used to be sort of more similar to RimWorld kind of art style. That it wasn't really unique enough. Um, it was too similar in a lot of ways. So when I sat down and thought on how to redo it, I sort of landed on this sort of like um, corporate art style. I think it's called corporate Memphis. Yes. Which is quite interesting because some people don't actually like this corporate Memphis art style, but I've sort of like tried to evolve it into something more unique, or sort of separate from the corporate Memphis art style that people dislike. And also context is everything in that, because people dislike the corporate Memphis art style because it's from a corporation. But you know, this isn't a game, so the context is different, and it does fit the themes of the game quite well. So yeah, I mean, I think it does help make the game look more unique for sure. Maybe put the end of this wall here. And it's like that is gonna, you know, be developed further as the early access trucks along, which is exciting. It's pretty exciting. Let's go. Oh, okay, got a call there. Okay, we got some deliveries coming. Cool. What's this? Oh yeah, so this is an event. So they want 27,000 to deal with staff shortages. I'm not gonna give them 27,000. That's crazy. That's way too much. I don't have the money for that. So yeah, so we're getting this stuff built. It's taking their time, find time. Should get a roof up here as well. That has been a difficulty sort of explaining the idea that, you know, there's multiple floors and like building a roof is just a matter of building a floor on the, you know, just above. That has been you know, it's like difficult to address. Ignore this. So okay. So they're just building this. We can get the anomaly in here. So let's actually get the containment cell built. Where is the containment cell? Okay. Boom. Let's actually get it in here. Okay. So yeah. So bringing in anomalies onto the site. It's it's all through contracts. So, you know, contracts are sort of the driving force of the game, in terms of like direction. So yeah, we can accept one of these. You can kind of see the difficulty of the anomaly on here. I did actually record earlier, and I brought the miniaturized sun in, and it was it didn't go well. So I might bring another one in. But actually no, I will bring the miniaturized sun in. I'll bring the miniaturized sun because it does look quite visually interesting. So I've accepted that. So the anomaly will eventually arrive onto site, and I should have 48 hours to deal with that anomaly once it arrives. Yeah, there you go. But for now, that would just sort of just be left there. So I'll let them build the offices, and I'll also put some furniture in here. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of interesting directions the game can go. Mostly with that factory element that the game is sort of like begging to go into. Because, you know, on one hand you are building a facility, but you're also building a factory for products using anomalies. So, you know, there is that aspect as well. And I think going forward that would be a quite interesting aspect. That would be a quite interesting aspect. Okay, let's get this anomaly in. Oh, one thing is, yeah, so every anomaly that you bring in, actually, yeah, so every anomaly that you bring in has a, okay, that actually might be a bug. Is it good now? Okay, it seems like it's good. Yeah, there was a recent patch that introduced a bug in the UI. So yeah, I'll go address that. Anyways, yeah, so you can read the case file for any anomaly that you've sort of brought in, and here I can see that there's contained procedures, research opportunities, and profit incentives. So this kind of these are the three main pillars of the game. So you contain the anomaly, how you contain it, what stuff you could research, and then ultimately how you can profit from it, which is your goal is to profit as much as you can from anomalies. So in this case, this anomaly profits the most from solar panels, or sort of like selling electricity. It generates electricity. So let's get the anomaly in the cell. We can do this by, clicking. This is probably the easiest way to do it. We can click here and just assign it the cell like this. So you can see it's sort of like changed that, and a janitor should come and move it, whenever they please, I guess. If there is a janitor on site, there might not actually be a janitor on site. Oh, there is. I think he's going over to, is he? Oh, maybe not. I don't know how long it takes. Maybe actually, can they get to? Yeah. Ah. Make sure I made this holdable as well. Speed it up. I think the janitor's pretty clean on a lot, so I'm just gonna spawn in the janitor. I just spawned in a couple janitors in here. So one of them should come and pick it up. Yeah, okay, yeah, we got it. I think the other janitor was just cleaning a fair bit. Okay, so now that it's in there, I wouldn't release it now because we got to set up the sort of the way we're gonna make money from it. So currently so currently these are unlocked because there are certain grants that we need to complete. It says we need the independent power grant. But just for the purposes of this, I'm just gonna complete all the grants. Okay. So I can get these solar panels built, and some of the sort of infrastructure around that. And this is logistics for you, so you can see, you can see like the power, which you can't see in the normal view, but it helps you sort of like mentally map out things. And to make money, we just need to connect this up to the export station, like this. So yeah, so this setup should be fine. And while I'm at it, I will. Where is it? Utilities. Yes, I will connect up power. So I can use the mainline grid here to connect the power up. So that's probably the easiest way. So I can bring the power up with this, probably into here, and then I can use small power things. These place instantly, which is convenient. And that should do it in terms of getting some lights in here. Where are the lights? Appliances, lights. So in terms of polish, there are a few things to sort of polish, like it's sort of like many minor things that sort of like add up, I guess. And yeah, but like in terms of the core game, I think that the sort of beginnings of kind of interesting game are there. Um, but this stuff takes time, um, and yeah, it takes time to sort of get there, I suppose. So yeah, let's get this built. Let me ignore all this. I actually really dislike the all of these audience. I need to adjust them a bit. It's a bit too noisy. Yeah, I think I should probably stop stop those from showing up when you're time warping, but whatever. So they should come in buildings eventually. Yeah, I can see that they are building some of this stuff. Cool. Figure logistically, yeah, it's going together. The janitors do some of the hauling. The builders. I think a lot of the builders are not on site right now. Or they're building other things. But oh yeah, now more builders have come. So obviously, the more builders you hire, the quicker things go. Yeah, there is. There are some minor issues with hauling. I can see there's some minor issues, but it should get sorted soon. I think they're gonna. Okay, just to speed this up, I'm gonna just go in creative and build this. I think that might be a bug here actually. So yeah, I'm just gonna build it. Okay. Yeah, I mean demos never go well, so yeah. But yeah, I release patches every day, so it's sort of like a very it's a very sort of by the seat of my pants process. I fix one thing and then someone finds something else, or maybe something new I add sort of change stuff. So yeah, it does seem there's some issue with long distance hauling. Maybe it's around the mountains, so yes, time to sort out the next patch. Anyways, so now assuming the builder was fine in that case, yeah, so this would be the sort of setup I would have, and then I can release the anomaly. If I just press this button, it should immediately release. So yeah, it's a huge star, and it's gonna start eating stuff like crazy, but it should also start generating electricity for me as well. Yep, okay, yeah, I can see it's generating electricity there. Cool. I take a screenshot of this. Yeah, so I just made, well, I can go to my finances and see how much I made. If I go to set accounts, salary, no, I think it's salary, okay. I can see I made 378 just then. So I'm making 378 per hour, which isn't that a lot. I can definitely make a lot more. But this is probably a very rudimentary setup, for sure. And this anomaly is quite crazy. It is a fire risk, so as you can see, yeah, and now my facility director just died in the fire. Oops. So I didn't account for the fact that this anomaly makes tons of fire and shoots it out. Currently shoots it through walls, so it's quite dangerous. So building this sort of wooden area here was a terrible mistake, absolutely terrible mistake. But But yeah, but the upside is uh, we are making power from this. But now it's slightly consumed cell because I made it too small. So like anomalies aren't like very easy to sort of handle. Like you can see it's sort of eaten into the world a bit, and this would be considered a failure because I made the containment cell way too small. I built wood here. It's all a disaster really. But this is sort of like how you learn to, sort of how you learn to, actually handle anomalies, right? There's that aspect of like taming the unknown. So yeah, I mean that was a short like sort of demo of like what the what the sort of gameplay loop looks like. That was containment and profit. I didn't go into research because setting up research requires a few hours of work. It's more involved in that sense. At least currently with the mechanics, it takes a lot longer to set up to the point where you could research and stuff. But yeah, the game is not without bugs, but it is still in that sort of early alpha stage. So yeah, that's a sort of given. But you can sort of get an idea of the inklings of what is here. Yeah, and I can go to the campaign to. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'll end it here.